There we are.
Here we are.
Yes. Yeah, we're live. I guess we're live. Hello, everyone.
Yes, we are.
I'll say good morning,
Good evening.
good afternoon,
Yes.
wherever we are in this beautiful planet.
Yes, welcome, welcome.
Welcome, welcome. I would
Yes.
say, everyone, go ahead and grab your preferred beverage.
Yes, please.
I love tea. I think Maya has coffee.
Yeah, you brought me this bio coffee.
Yeah, supposed
It's
to be alkaline nice.
it's
Yeah.
alkaline, so I wanted to try it. So here I am, and I see some people has joined us already on YouTube and also on Instagram. Welcome, welcome.
Yeah, today here in Florida is a little chilly.
Yes, it is, as you can see. We are all wrapped up in
Yes.
taking hot drinks
Yeah.
so we can keep ourselves warm.
Yes.
And so we were like, kind of like, oh, Jana is so
Oh my
sleepy.
God.
I'm so sleepy. And we just, it feels cozy
Yeah, it
in
does.
being inside.
It's nice putting on the heater.
It is definitely. Well, no, I'd rather be like this and drink
Yeah,
hot drinks.
I just turn off the air conditioner and the house maintains itself, which is pretty nice.
Yes, it is.
That cool temperature. So we start by introducing ourselves. I am Janet.
And I am Maya,
Maya
Maya Del
Del
Sol.
Sol. So welcome, welcome.
Yes, welcome, welcome. We are here every Friday at 8 p.m. Again, 8 p.m. because the time changed. And so it's already dark outside. So I guess everybody gets to be at home. And maybe you can have this moment as an opportunity to grow and to maybe have a different perspective and new ways of thinking. And we are just giving you here the systemic point of view
So
and
expand your mind.
expand your mind by this knowledge that we are sharing about family and systemic
I
constellations.
thought, let me think about that. That's a
Uh-huh.
new way of looking at a perspective.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, because sometimes we are so used to hear things here and there, and we kind of get the knowledge, but the application sometimes is harder to make it happen. And
Yeah.
especially this type of knowledge that we are sharing, it goes more to the experience to really understand it, because to understand it, you first must feel it.
Yes.
Yes.
I second that.
Yes, yes. So we are here because we want to kind of encourage you to take this knowledge, and if you feel like it, get into the experience of family constellations and see how you can change perspectives and how you can see life differently by just taking a session on family constellations. So
It is
yes,
such a very wonderful and positive tool. It really just gets to the core
yes.
of what we are living, and it helps us really understand at a much deeper level, which is, I like it.
Definitely. And so if you maybe you say, but what is that of systemic work or systemic therapy? Well, we want to invite you to buy my book.
Get the book.
Yes,
Get
get
the
the
book.
book.
Get the book.
It's called Alchemy for the Soul. You can purchase this book in Amazon, and we have it in paper version as well as in Kindle.
It's one of those books that you read several times, and you also have an attachment with it, which I've been reading.
Yes, yes.
That when you get the book, you get that attachment of exercises.
Yes, the book of exercises, which is a book of self-observation to see where you are and related to the information that is here. It's like, okay, let's take a look at my family system. Let's take a look at my ancestors. Because what you haven't seen, the stories that haven't been resolved or weren't resolved in the past can be affecting your present today. So that's why we are here every Friday. We are sharing these 7 steps for you to transcend your ancestral past.
Because the thing is that whatever wasn't resolved in the past will be resolved
Eventually, by any of
eventually
the
by
descendants.
any of us, and sometimes we're the one.
Yes, but before any of those descendants
Mm-hmm.
become aware enough of these repetitive patterns, well, the whole system will be repeating the same pattern. So we want you not to repeat it. We want you to do it differently because yes, we can make it different. We can do it
Absolutely.
differently as our ancestors did.
Yes.
So that's why we are here sharing this information that sometimes it sounds like I don't get it. But we have been feeding this channel with all the information from the book. And we are not sharing the exercises though. So we invite you to buy the book and make the exercises because it will help you complement what you understand and to bring the information down to your heart and to your soul and to when you make these exercises, you can create reconciliation within that can align with your mind and then create a different sort of perspective. Yes, yes,
It's
yes,
a
yes.
book that you will read several times.
Yes, definitely. So today's topic is
Juicy.
about, yeah, always juicy. I love your face, Janet. Why can't we do more than just laugh about ourselves, right? It's just funny. So today's topic is divine and human love. Yes, we have been talking about the order of equilibrium, right? And sometimes we get lost when we have these gaps or these voids, emotional voids that I don't have a way to fulfill it, let's say, or I feel like I don't have a way to create that balance, that equilibrium. Then we look outside of ourselves for that. And we forget that we all have it within.
Mm-hmm.
So we get lost in when we get lost, let's say, when we get lost, we are looking for human love. When we are connected, we don't need any love because we are the love.
And we see and understand that.
And we can receive it even in every little thing around us.
Yes.
Because we get to understand that it hasn't been gone anywhere. It was all the time within. And so divine love never looks for anything.
I had to sit with that a little bit. It never looks for everything. I feel like I spend most of my life looking for it.
Yes,
And then
because
they
we're
tell
looking
me-
for happiness. Yes.
And then Maya comes to tell me, Janet, you already have it. What? Doesn't feel like I do.
Exactly. Very, very good, Janet. It doesn't feel like I have that. I still don't feel it.
Mm-hmm.
So if maybe you're one of those people that said, yeah, many people talk about love, but I still don't feel it. There is a void in me that hasn't been fulfilled.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm still looking to fulfill that gap.
And we kind of spend our life doing that,
Yes.
looking to fulfill that gap.
Yes. And what happens is that no one can give us that if we don't begin by honoring, for example, mom and dad. Because no matter how much or how it was, what that story was, or the story, the destiny between you and them, they still gave you that sort of love of because life is an agreement. Life brought you here, and your parents were your channels to come through. So they say yes. Can you imagine that their situations and maybe they weren't ready or prepared for it?
Mm-hmm.
And if they weren't ready for it, somehow they say yes, and then here you are. So we haven't really haven't integrated our parents in that deeper level. We might think about it and say, yeah, I have done it, but not in your heart, only in your mind. And so you really haven't been able to take life and you haven't been able to connect with love because to connect with that divine love, you must first honor your parents. And then you can really understand when you surrender to your destiny and their destiny and the whole contract, soul contract that you have with them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, yes, yes. So we are in this for the ones that are following the book.
Wow, look how much we have done so far.
Yes, we are almost like in
Almost
like
halfway.
half. Yes, we are on step number 3 for the
Mhm.
ones following the book. And we are on page number 179. 179 of Alchemy for the Soul. And this step is about the equilibrium of love, order between giving and receiving. And so the question is like, why there is not enough for me, or how come I give so much and I don't feel like I receive, or how come all of those how come might have a behind the scenes that maybe you haven't been able to
Or
see.
also, how
Mhm.
come we don't like receiving?
Or
Because
we
a
don't
lot of
like
time,
receiving. Some people don't like receiving or don't know how to
receive.
receive.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's hard for them to receive, and all of that is got a behind the scenes. There's something that you haven't been able to see within you that makes you act in this way, behave, because it's a sort of a, I'm not going to accept. Maybe because if I accept, I feel like I'm in debt, and I don't want to be in
Yes.
debt with others. That's one of them, for
Yeah, I know
example.
that's one of them for me.
Yes. So, for example, that one can be affecting your life because that might be limiting you. So, something happened when you were a child, or you were taught or conditioned not to receive because then you are in debt with others.
Yeah, there's a sense of obligation.
Yes, a sense of obligation. And so maybe there is an interest, and then you will be paying for it later. And all of this bring you to that sort of non trust.
Mm-hmm.
And all of these come from the ones from childhood that we will be eventually talking about. So, but for now, we're gonna talk today about divine and human love. So let's go to the book.
All right.
All right, let's see what it says. Bert Hellinger, for the ones that don't know, that I just knew, Bert Hellinger was the one who integrated many therapies that today became family constellations and systemic work. So Bert Hellinger's order of equilibrium teaches us not to take more than what we need or don't give more than what we have. And that is something that requires consciousness, right? Because
Yes.
if you have that gap that we were talking about in the beginning, and you feel like, but I need to fulfill my canister of love. So
Mm-hmm.
somehow I need to take. I cannot give because I'm empty. So I'm a taker. I need you to call me best friend because it's 3 in the morning and I need your help. I need you to be there for me. I need you to listen to me. I need your attention. I need your care. I need your protection. I need your love. It's all about
The
give me.
ego and give me.
I need.
I.
So
Mm-hmm.
when I need, I'm talking about human love.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, human love. Let's talk about that. For example, we have the way our being is integrated, right? And the way when we are here as human, and this is part of the experience of being humans, right? We accepted a deal, let's say, of when you become a human, you won't be able to see your multidimensionality, right? So part of the deal is that when you come here, you will be kind of blind to it. You will have a veil, and you will only perceive what love is through others,
Mm-hmm.
right? But what about if during your childhood you didn't get to experience that protection, security, love, attention, care,
That safety.
safety?
Being safe.
Yeah, so you might feel like, oh, there was no for me.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe we are still looking for that love, to fulfill that. And so what happens is that when we become humans, when we first come here, we go through the whole process of being babies and childhood and being young
Young
and
adults.
adolescence, young, and then all of this. We perceive life through the senses. So it's only what we perceive through the senses and what we believe life is. So
Yeah.
the
Feel,
conditioning,
touch.
exactly, and the conditioning of what I see and what I had and what it was for me. And that means that I got disconnected from my true source, which is your higher self. So
Mm-hmm.
our lower self is connected to our ego,
Mm-hmm.
and our higher self is our divinity.
Mm-hmm.
That's why when we talk about our lower self connected to our ego, it's like I still need something. But when we go to our higher self doesn't need anything because
It's all within.
It's just, it has it all. We have it
Yeah.
all.
You have it
But
all.
when we are down here in this reality, it doesn't seem like it.
Mhm.
So we are looking for things that we feel like I need to be able to feel complete.
Mhm.
And the first thing that we can do for us to start feeling complete is to integrate our parents, mom and dad.
I know for some people that can be really hard.
Or weird. So, what does it
What
have
is
to
this
do
done
with
with
it?
them? Like, or
Yeah,
even when it's done with them. But yeah.
definitely. If maybe it's a new perspective for you to see it this way.
Well, I know it's for me.
It was for me too. I was about how come that was the past. It already happened. I don't know what happened with my dad or my mom, or I don't really care,
Yeah.
or I don't know what happened to them. They just weren't present. And whatever it is, your story with them or your destiny that you actually, as a soul agreement, you agreed on, but you just forgot, and we all forget when we get
Mhm.
here because of that veil that I was talking about,
That we
right?
choose.
Yes, that we chose that.
Mhm.
We just don't remember our contract, our
Yes.
agreement, the soul agreement. So it is important that when we, now that we are talking about this, the first step to start feeling complete is by taking our parents in our heart
Mhm.
with sincerity, not just by saying, "Oh yes, that's my father," or "Yeah, that's my mother," and yeah, that's okay. It is okay. Or no, I just don't talk to them, and I don't care. Because if you don't care, you haven't been able to take life, and if you haven't been able to take life, you're still lost, and you still feel insecure, and maybe feel neglected, and maybe feel like there's not for you or I'm not enough, and all of it is connected to mom and dad. And so when we don't feel complete, then the order of equilibrium gets off balance, because I'm a taker. I need to feel to fulfill that kind of love. Or if let's say, because all excesses are off.
Mhm.
So if I'm a taker, I'm off the balance because I feel like I need and everybody to give me in order to feel like that someone loves me, let's say. But what about the ones that give a lot too?
Mhm.
Same thing. Why are you giving too much? If you are one of those givers, no, I want to help people and I want to give you and I want to give.
This
You
an emptiness.
still are looking for that sort of love,
Mhm.
attention, or something that if you give too much, you haven't maybe or you're not aware of it, but you are giving too much because you haven't noticed that you are expecting at certain point to receive.
Right. You give it
And
with expectation.
yes, you give
You
it with the
expectations.
expectation. Yes. and and you don't realize it because it's all unconscious.
Mhm.
Yes, we are saying this, and all of this happens at this unconscious level. We want to repeat it. It all happens at this unconscious level.
Like it's ego's sneaky way of
Yes.
manipulating people.
Yes, we will be manipulating people and we don't see it. And we think that, oh no, it's because of what happened to me. I was this and that and the victim. And so the victim, oh my God, the victim sometimes can be more dangerous than the same perpetrator,
Yeah, that's
because
true.
finds ways to manipulate things to get
Very
what they
sneaky.
feel that they need.
They're
Yes.
very sneaky. The
Yes.
ego is very sneaky.
Yes. So you don't take more of what you need, and you don't give more of what you just don't have, right? Because if I give all I have, then I will be empty.
Yes.
I won't have
Mhm.
credits of love for myself. And you need to prioritize yourself, right? First. Always, because there is the first what is that? Amendment? Or what is
Yeah, I love
in
yourself.
the
That's
in
the
the
second one. Love
no
yourself. No.
love God over all things, something
Oh,
like that.
okay.
Yeah. The first
Commandment.
commandment, yeah, that's the word I was looking for. First commandment is that love God over all things, right?
Mhm.
So you must love
You.
you first over all things.
Like right there in black and white.
Yes. Exactly. So it says, when we take or give in excess, there is an unconscious need to feel loved, seen, recognized, admired, or validated.
Anna, raise your hand who lives in that, because I know
We
I
have been
have.
there. I have been
Yeah.
there too, of course. We all have been
Yes,
there.
especially the validation one.
Yes. So, well, every one of us is gonna feel like, oh no, I was looking to be loved. Oh, I was looking to be seen. It depends
I
on your
was
want. On your
I was
words
looking for
is validated.
validation.
Exactly. So it depends on your want.
Yeah.
That's what you're looking for. And we will be talking about the wounds later. In this
In another juicy episode.
in another juicy episode. So just keep coming for when that time comes and you will get to understand your issues better. Okay. So when we feel these needs, it is because our canister of love feels empty, and it is difficult to measure how much love we need to fill it up. Yes,
That is so true.
we don't know how much we need.
It's
So
true.
it's like, okay, I need to take more and more and more. And we cannot realize what we're doing. And sometimes people that are takers say, oh, no, no, it's just people love me so much. But that is a lie. They are lying to themselves, thinking that they are being given, because it's an illusion that this inner child of us think it is that way, but it's not. It's
Mm-mm.
just a lie. We lie to ourselves to believe that we are being loved.
Yeah.
See?
Hmm.
So we need to, um, let's say, find out what is my dynamic,
Hmm.
my internal dynamic. Yes?
Yes,
Because we all
absolutely.
have these internal dynamics that are lies. We lie to ourselves and we believe that it is true. And that's when we get to that lower human love that we were talking about, that gets lost in the ego and think it is that way.
And we can be very good at it.
Oh, yes, we can be really good at it.
Yeah.
Yes,
Hmm.
definitely. So it says here, that is why we tend to take or give in excess.
So when
So,
you're doing that,
mhm,
stop and observe.
yes,
Why
if
do we feel the need to give so much?
exactly. And for example, if you are one of those givers that only give, so maybe just question yourself.
Hmm.
Why am I giving so much? Am I giving myself the same as I'm giving to others? That's a good question, for
Yeah,
example.
it is.
Am I
Very
giving,
valid
yes,
question.
am I giving the same as I'm giving to others and even more? Because I should give myself more, because that way I feel more empowered, more balanced, more connected, more like this, like I deserved. And if I'm in that state, it's okay to give, but don't give it all, because otherwise you're decompensating again
Right.
life. You're not
Mm.
only decompensating your life, you are decompensating life, because if you are one of those givers, then you give to other too much, then the other one is going to be in debt with you.
Mhm.
So right there is a disorder.
Yeah,
There is a conflict that was created that is affecting life.
that's the sneaky way of the ego, giving so much so like that that person feels like they have to give to you. It's so sneaky. I mean,
It is sneaky, and that happens a lot with
yeah.
helpers and healers, for
So
example. I'm
yeah,
saying it because I was there.
isn't
You
that
know?
like what we do? You
Yes,
know,
yes, we
we want to
want to help
help,
the
we
world.
want to serve, we want to help, and not
Yes,
that there's anything wrong with that. As a matter of fact, it's something beautiful. You know, it's just when we take it to in excess.
yes. This weekend, actually, speaking of this, we have Bert Hellinger also created, or let's say, brought the information of orders of helping.
Hmm.
And in one of those orders of helping, he talks about what is the perfect order of between giving and receiving as a helper, as a healer, for example. And so you won't be able to help if you haven't helped yourself first. If you haven't healed this, and if you don't know this order of equilibrium, then you won't be really giving. You will be thinking that you're giving, but you might be creating more conflict.
Yes.
Mhm. So if you are interested, this weekend, tomorrow and Sunday, we will be taking the module on orders of helping. And if you are a healer or a servant of light or one of those that want to really help, then I invite you to come and join us this weekend for that workshop, because you will get to see this new perspective, which is totally different than conventional modalities or even holistic modalities. It's actually sometimes difficult not to interfere in the
Yeah,
destiny of
that's true.
others, especially when you want to help. And you see that people is taken into the direction of not really going in a healthy direction, and you still must respect those destinies. And that's being a helper, is facilitating the other to understand that that's their destiny and the one they choose to take, and that it is okay, that we are not here to judge. We are just here to
Or
make you
fix.
or fix, but for you to be aware of where you are and what you're choosing, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Mm?
Yep.
So that's one of those orders of helping of this program that that I'm teaching, right? I have a training program on family and systemic constellations for the ones that don't know it.
I graduated.
Yes, and Janet is one of the graduates. So if sometimes you feel like you need a constellation, you can contact also Janet, and Janet will be more than happy to help you transcend one of those memories from your past and your
Mm-hmm.
ancestors' past. Okay, let's continue. So, by giving and taking in excess, we confuse need with love. Yes. And that is something that we pause here so you can understand the difference. Am I taking out of need? Am I giving out of need? Or I'm really giving and taking out of that divine love? That's why we are going to be talking soon about divine and human love. So let's clarify this. Imagine that our heart has two sides, like a two-sided coin. On one side of the coin, our heart feels from our human emotions. I'm going to repeat this. Our heart feels from our human emotions. But if our heart has suffered in the past, it perceives life from the pain that we experienced.
Oh, that's really, you need to repeat that one. If our heart has suffered from the past,
Mhm.
it repeats life from what? From
It
the pain.
perceives life
Perceives.
from pain.
Isn't that
So,
interesting?
yes, so if let's say, as maybe in your childhood,
Mm-hmm.
you experience something that was, painful with your parents or in your life, then that is a sort of a programming. And when you grow up, you perceive life from that experience. So you are always going to try to protect yourself from something like it because it's painful, it hurts.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm? So that is connected to what makes you feel that it hurts? Your emotions, right? And if we're talking about here our lower self, the one that is connected to our emotions, is our ego. Yes, because divine love doesn't have emotions. Divine love in us, our higher self, is not connected to any emotions, only to the connection of love. Doesn't know more than that. The ones that get to feel all of opposites, let's say, of what we feel is love or not, is our lower self, our human heart, that perceives, especially from our suffering, the one that we haven't been able to heal. And that is why when we go through experiences, we don't get to see it differently, oh, no, 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 I cannot trust in that. It's going to be painful again because I'm perceiving that I cannot trust in anybody, for example. See? So that means I'm perceiving from my human heart, from my lower self, from my ego. I believe that it is painful if I trust in others because it's going to be I'm going to feel like betrayed or not validated or that is not fair. What is it that is going to come to you when you don't feel like you can trust in others because you're going to be hurt?
Yeah.
Yes.
That you feel fear.
Yes. And then we get lost
Yeah.
in that humanity. Yes. But it is important to understand humanity because it's what it is. We cannot change that. We must just surrender to it. We just must surrender to our reality here. And just know that emotions are always going to be there, no matter how much we heal them. Yes. So if I say, yes, okay, I'm feeling this way, I can see that this wound is from my inner child, or I can see that this wound is, or this wound is something that, like a repetitive pattern in my family system. I can act differently, not from fear, but more of from consciousness. Oh, I can see where it comes from. And you can approach life differently afterwards. Hmm? So this side of the heart is the one that needs to heal because it feels the suffering and the emotional gaps, and it is the one that makes us feel that we need to look for love outside of ourselves.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we'll pause on that one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, because if we are trying to look for love outside of ourselves, we got lost. We are lost.
We are lost,
Right
yeah.
there. If I'm looking or expecting love from my partner, from my children, from my husband, from my mom, from my dad, from my friends, if I'm expecting, I'm in need.
Oh my God, yes.
Yes. If I'm not
And
expecting,
we all
yes, we all
fall in
have been there. Yes.
We are.
But if we don't expect, means that you have overcome those emotions of or those gaps, emotional gaps. And then you have conquered divine love within you.
Which is a beautiful thing.
Yes. Because you always feel like, okay, they reject me, I'm okay because it's not me. I already got to overcome that. You don't take things personal.
Yes.
That's when you really get to see that you're here, when you don't take anything personal.
Yes.
Yes. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah. It's a process though, but
It is it is a process. Yes, it is, Jan.
oh my God.
So it says on the other side of the coin, because we were talking about the human side that is connected to emotions, to that lower self, right? To that ego. And then on the other side of the coin is our divine heart. Yes. And this side doesn't need love because it is love itself.
Beautiful. It's love itself. Oh,
Yes, it is love itself.
that's living that blissful love.
It is a living in bliss
Yeah, within you that now you give
with
out.
life, with
Yeah.
with all.
With everything.
Yes, everything is perfect, divine, perfect order, right? So our heart is a two-sided coin. It depends on our consciousness to be aware of the infinite love that we already have within ourselves, or to get confused seeking for love outside of ourselves. We mostly tend to see love from our human heart since we perceive our reality through our senses and through our mind, what we think it is. Right? Yes, it makes sense, right? So the more we heal our human heart, the more we connect to our divine love. This connection opens our heart to our self love, self worth, and empowerment. This is the source to nurture ourselves and others. Yes, so when we get to heal these wounds, let's say conditioning, programming from our past, from our childhood, from our ancestors, and we get to liberate that consciously. And we can remember that it was a soul agreement that I came to heal, and I can actually really feel it in my heart, that peace in your heart. Then you are really connecting to your true divine love, your higher self,
Mm-hmm.
the one that doesn't need anything or anybody, just to
Mm-hmm.
be part of, to enjoy life. Yes. So it says the more we heal our human heart, the more we connect to our divine love. Again, this connection opens our heart to our self love,
Mm-hmm.
because it all begins here. Prioritizing yourself is self love, right? Once I get to connect with that, but to get to self love, simple. You must recreate the connection with mom. So if you really have issues with your mother, then you should be having issues with self love. Yes, of course, self worth. Yes, and empowerment. So empowerment has to do a little bit more of with the father side.
Mm-hmm. That's
Yes,
true. Yes.
and so it all depends on mom and dad, and how much you have integrate them within you, in order to really start connecting with that divine love. That's our bridge, let's say. It
Mm-hmm.
is our bridge to get there. And if we need, there is a process to go across that bridge.
It is.
It is a process, it's
It is
a
a process. Yeah.
complete process. And we understand, don't just think that, oh, that's easy to say, but it's not easy to do. Of course not. That's why we do family constellations experiences here, to help you go across the bridge.
And it's a lifetime process.
Mm-hmm.
You go through your gaps of blissfulness and everything, but then you go to the spiral again. It's a lifetime. It's important
True,
that we keep that in mind.
true.
Yeah.
Yes, it doesn't happen from one day to another,
Mm-mm.
but
And that's good.
yes, of
That's
course.
actually good.
Yeah, because then you
Well,
get,
I wanted it from one day to another, but I
we all do.
understand now why it was good that I didn't get it.
We all get our oasis moments, which we love,
Yeah. Yes,
but
we do. Yeah.
then we need to go to the next bridge
Yeah.
to go across again. So let's say that we leave
Mhm.
from the origin, which is here, and we go through all of these bridges, and then now we have to return all the way to the
Back to the
origin of
origin.
love. So we need to go across all of these bridges and the way to do those are to break from our own limiting beliefs,
Mhm.
and perspectives about mom, dad, life, ancestors, and everything that we see.
And limiting belief that we're not even aware we have. Okay,
Yes.
so that's what makes it even more fun. They're like, what? I have that? And then as you learn, you become more mindful, then you continue
Yes, yes,
breaking.
exactly. So the misaligned human heart, because it is misaligned from consciousness, right, creates conflict between giving and receiving. I once knew a man who was unable, oh, this is the story. I once knew a man who was unable to forgive his ex wife because he thought he had given her everything any woman would dream of. And after all, she left him. He shared with me that he would give her luxury gifts and things that she didn't even ask for, including paying for her university degree. He thought that by giving her everything she needed, she wouldn't feel like she was missing something. And at a certain point, when she was about to finish her degree, she left him. He judged her because he felt she had been ungrateful and that she had paid him badly. That was his judgment. He felt betrayed by her. He also felt as if he was the victim of everything, which made things difficult for him to understand. He wondered, but why, after everything I gave her, she left me? And this is a true story. This was one of my clients that came to do a session on family constellations because it was hard for him to forgive her.
It's a good question too.
Yes, I gave her everything and
And she
everybody.
left.
And if you hear him, you know, anybody that is, judging probably would say, oh, what about woman? Could she, how
Yeah.
could she have done something like that to you?
Right. Mm-hmm.
But as I was talking before, we are here as other type of helpers. So I'm not judging her. I really wanted to see the deepness of this. Where or why did happen that happened to him? So listen to this second part of the story. What he couldn't see is that she was feeling a great burden, a debt that she felt she wasn't going to be able to repay. Yes, she was like, oh my God, how am I going to be paying back all of this that this man is giving me? And I don't want this, but he keeps giving me. Is that you're putting a debt on the other? Energetically, she was feeling this. See, we wouldn't think that it is that way, but yes, it is. Or when parents give too much to their children, it's like these children will be like, when they grow up, they will be like, oh my God, how am I going to pay back to my parents? They gave me life, plus they gave me study, plus they gave me all of this. So I need to return. And they feel like they have to be giving back somehow. And in the systemic work, in the systemic therapy, children don't give back to the parents. Children give back by giving to life, by creating other projects, by giving love to their new family, to their new children. Hmm? So life goes like precedence, in order of precedence and hierarchy, and not returning back to the past. Yes, that's how it is in the systemic work. So kind of like that happened here. So as I inquire more about his childhood, then I wanted to go deeper. So let's talk a little bit more about his childhood. He told me that his mother hadn't been present in his life. His mother hadn't been present when he was a child. As we observed this from the systemic angle, this man had two childhood wounds to heal with his mother: abandonment and betrayal. And that was what he felt with his ex wife. You abandoned me just as my mother, and I feel betrayed just as I felt my mom did with me.
You saw how that pattern just recreated itself.
Yes.
Wow.
We could see why he gave excessively to his ex wife. This way, or this was his way of unconsciously manipulating the relationship so she wouldn't leave. See, she was giving her so much because he didn't want this woman to leave him. So he wouldn't have to feel the abandonment again, the mother's abandonment.
Yes. Which
So
is
everything
so,
is,
so deep.
yes, and it's always a projection of what we haven't healed with our parents. Hmm? He thought that by giving excessively, he would ensure that she would stay. And still, she walked away. These were the memories this man needed to see and heal. She only showed him, like a mirror, his truth and inner reality, those of abandonment and betrayal. So this man gave not from his divine heart, but from his human heart that was afraid of being abandoned. See, so he wasn't giving truly.
Mm-mm.
He was giving with the need of, oh, I don't want to feel abandonment again because it hurts. So that's not true. That's not true love. You're expecting something in return. It's not unconditional, let's say. This story shows us that our unresolved memories can lead us to give or take unconsciously. It is unconsciously. Yes, I want to repeat it twice
Yes,
because
keep
we
that in
don't do
mind.
it. Yeah, we don't do it intentionally. We have good intentions.
But it's
But
so unconscious because sometimes we're not even aware.
no, we're not being aware of it.
Yeah.
So this creates energetic debts instead of creating connection and awareness. We will go deeper into the topic of the soul wounds eventually in step number 6. So we're gonna leave it here tonight
Yes.
because I think,
That's a good one to just
yeah,
listen to this YouTube again. It's one of those things that you need to hear it at least a couple of times.
yes, yeah, go ahead and listen to this information again
Yes.
because it will give you more awareness and it will make more sense the more you repeat the information. Say, oh, I see what I'm doing. Oh, I see my manipulation. I see what I'm doing. Oh, I'm feeling like I'm the victim.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'm feeling like this man, the story of this man, he thought he was the victim
Mm-hmm.
and he wasn't the victim.
He
He
was the
was,
manipulator when you think about it.
yes, and he wasn't taking responsibility of his part because his part was to heal the relationship with his mother
Right.
in order not to feel like I'm looking for a mother to stay and not for a wife. He actually wanted a mom, not a wife.
Mm-hmm.
See? And so that also is a conflict because then this couple relationship, instead of being a couple's relationship, ended up being a relationship of a mother and a child.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And so if it is unconscious, of course, this man will feel like he's the son of this mother that I'm always wanted to have. But if this mother or this woman leaves, I feel like my mom again left me.
He got betrayed again.
Yes, he will feel abandoned and betrayed
Yes.
again. Yes.
Ugh.
Thank you for those hearts. I so
Oh
love the
yeah.
hearts in Instagram. Thank you so much. That is so beautiful. So if you like this information, we invite you to give it a like.
Absolutely.
Yes.
To share it.
Yes. Or to send us a heart.
The heart. The
We
more
will be happy with
I would
that.
say the more you share, the more people will get this information, and that is our service. That's what we want for all of us, for everybody to know this information.
Yes, that is service.
That is service. Yes.
Yes, you're serving life by sharing this new perspective of life, the systemic perspective of life.
It brings a lot of healing.
It does. Yes. Um, Sometimes it's hard to live or to break our own beliefs and perspectives because we learn it's so ingrained in us the way our
Mhm.
parents used to see life, but
Mhm.
we are to see it differently today. So we invite you to open up your mind and your heart and allow your soul to guide you into this new journey of seeing life differently.
Yes,
Oh.
yeah. Like I said, be a gift to somebody else by sharing this with them.
Yes, thank you, Magdalena. We see you on YouTube saying so beautiful. And also, Monsi, we love seeing you. I know you're here sending us heart. Thank you, hearts.
Yes,
Thank you
thank
so
you.
much. And we see also some people in Instagram. For the ones that speak Spanish, because sometimes people come in and say, "Oh, I don't understand English." We do this live on Thursdays at 8 p.m. also Eastern time on my YouTube channel, Maya Ariel Sol. I have two, one in English, one in Spanish. So I want to invite you to join us every Thursday at 8 p.m. And we are doing the same, following information from my book, Alchemy for the Soul. And if you haven't purchased the book,
Buy the book.
buy the book.
Buy the book. We have it in both English and Spanish, plus a wonderful workbook of exercises.
Yes, yes, yes. Oh, Christina, you're there on Facebook. How beautiful. Welcome, welcome. We are about to finish, but I'm glad you're here.
And it's always on repeat, so you can
Yes,
always watch it.
you
Yes.
can do the replay and
Replay,
watch
yeah.
it again.
Mhm.
We also want to invite you if you are in the therapeutic field, let's say, you are a healer, maybe a coach, a therapist, a worker of light, anybody who is in the field of helping, we are having this. Oh, that will be your Christmas present to you. Oh, how beautiful.
Nice
Yay.
gift. Yay, good.
And give it to others as well. Oh, and guess what? I have to announce it today,
That's right,
Janet. Let's
absolutely.
announce it.
Drum roll.
Drum, drum, drum.
Yes.
Guess what? On December 7th, I am doing a free webinar, a free intro on the on Soul's journey in video. So I'll be talking about Soul's Journey. It's a digital program, 42 videos, and I will be doing the constellations with you. Of course, it's all pre-recorded, but it works perfectly. So just if you are interested, we will be leaving the information on how you can register for it. But we set the date for December 8th. No, sorry, 7th.
7th.
7th. Yes, it's a Wednesday. So, yay, we will be having a Soul's Journey in digital. That would be a perfect gift.
Yes.
Christmas
absolutely,
gift.
Yes.
I mean, if you think about it, giving something that is material is just 1 second of happiness. Then it goes to the closet, or it goes to this, to that, to that. But transcending the soul is something that stays forever.
Yes.
It's giving peace
and love. Oh my God. Yes.
So just think of that peace. All we need is that.
Yes.
That feeling, that peace is like you can wear that dress every day and you will never take it away because it goes so ingrained, it's in your heart, and your soul will be so in gratitude and life as well.
Like I always say, always in love and gratitude. Feeling that peace, you will always be in love and gratitude.
Love it. So Chris is saying, totally agree. My kids have everything they need. Soul food. Yes. Yes. All we need is soul food, definitely. And I love your heart. Thank you so much for being present and for sharing. And then Christina is saying, I have been listening almost from the beginning. Bravo, Christina.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's so beautiful. All right, guys.
We are here to support this beautiful work. So thank you so much for supporting it with us.
Yes. And also, I mean, I didn't finish what I wanted to say because I got so excited about what's happening in December. That I forgot to tell you that if you are in that field of being a therapist or something like that, in that field of modalities of healing, we will be doing this weekend. We have our module on orders of helping. And so you get to understand how to be a helper of life without interfering in the destiny of others. And that is work. Mm-hmm. This is helping from the systemic point of view, which requires being neutral and understanding and surrendering to what is.
It's the free will, you know?
It is, yes, yes. So if you are interested, contact me. My number is 321-900-5680. And we will be starting tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. It's from 9 to 6, Saturday and Sunday. It's a whole full module, but you will be able to see things completely different. And the way you help, you really will be helping life in a different way. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Absolutely.
Yes. So if you're interested, just contact me. And for now, I guess is all we wanted to share.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your support, for coming, for sharing, for liking, for. Let's bring the book up. Buying the book. She has it backwards. Buying the book. You'll get a wonderful workbook with this.
Yes.
And just living it.
Yes.
Just live it. Yeah.
Yes. So we're sending you love and hugs and infinite blessings. We'll see you next Friday. Bye.
Bye. The day after Thanksgiving already. Oh my God. God.
Oh my God, that's right.
Yeah, so that's right. Thursday is Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Oh my God, I can't believe it. Oh, one more year that went by like this.
Too fast.
Yeah, time changed already.
Yeah.
People, I don't know if you realize it, but for me, my day is not anymore 24 hours, it's like 12. All right, guys. So we love you. Mwah, and we'll see you next Friday at 8 p.m.
Amen. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.